Hey guys, on here we are back for episode 7, the final episode of volume 1 of season 4 of Stranger Things. I'm not going to talk too long before we get into this thing because I just really want to go ahead and get through this episode. It's a long one. It's an hour and 38 minutes long. The longest Stranger Things episode to date. And it is currently 3:53 in the morning because I'm trying to get these done so I can just worry about editing them throughout the week because I'm doing pretty good at getting these out to you guys one a day. Keep it on track for that. Even with the holiday coming up, might have a hiccup, might not, might be able to keep it smooth and coming, but keep an eye out for when these drop. And yeah, man, it's wild. Plus, it is currently still May 29th for me here. By the time you're watching this, it'll probably be June. So I just want to get away from this concern I have of seeing anything that's spoilers, because I know a lot of people have already kind of breezed through the series so far. So far, I've been pretty lucky, and you guys have been doing a good job and not ruining anything in the comments. I've also been doing my best to not read a lot of the comments out of just pure fear of anything going on. So I want to just go ahead and get this out of the way. We're jumping into episode 7. So if you want to hear my thoughts, my theories, or any of that, check them out in my long-winded rants at the end of each video. I've got some that I'm kind of confident in, some I'm not so confident in, but I hope we get some answers in this episode. Maybe, if not, I'm sure we'll get some in the final part. Guys, we're going to go ahead and jump to this. So if you're not already subscribed, if you enjoy this reaction, I'd really appreciate it if at the end you leave a like and maybe even hit that subscribe button to stick around for more content. And if you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode or any of the previous ones, you can check those out over on watch-along format on our Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. You get the same thing for all the other shows we cover here on the channel, as well as a bunch of exclusive movie reactions where you guys get to actually vote what we cover each month, what we add to that list. And we got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, trying to make it worth your while since you guys are going out of ways to support the channel, but that all goes right back into the channel, helps us expand, grow, get help with editing, and improve the quality of the videos that come to you guys here on the YouTubes. Allows us to do these more movie reactions that we've been doing out here recently, like Top Gun, Chip and Dale, all that jazz, the Goonies. It's thanks to you guys. It really is. But of course, I know how we can do that. And a simple way you can help us out is just by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing these videos, because that really goes a long way in helping YouTube promote the channel. But that all said down the way, guys, let's hop into this last episode of this volume. Not the last episode of the season, just the last episode of this volume. Here we go. Oh, thank God. Dude, hell yeah. Beat the fuck out of him. Oh! Oh, he's biting it back. Dude, hell yeah. Dude, Joe, get him. Ooh, nice one, dude. Got him right in the mouth. God damn, Steve. Finish him. Fatality. It was almost a fatality for him.
Do you guys think that these bats have like rabies?
What?
Rabies are like my #1 greatest fear, and I think we should probably get you to a doctor like really soon, because once the symptoms set in, it's too late. You're already like dead.
Yeah, not a concern here, I would have to imagine.
There's not that many. We could take them, right?
Oh no. Dude, it really gives me like some Wizard of Oz vibes, like with all those flying bat creatures, like the Wicked Witch's monkey dudes. The Massacre at Hawkins' lab. Maybe we're gonna get the truth of the incident in this one.
There's no killer. Promise me you won't kill him.
I wouldn't trust him, man. He was gonna kill a bunch of innocent kids.
But I don't see any progress out there, Martin. You know what I see? Frightened, traumatized little girl.
Owens is the man. I'm glad he's still around, man. I'm glad he got to survive everything so far. You know, I don't know if they ever explained it. What are the bars? Those like weights to help keep her submerged? I never really questioned it before, but I if it was explained at one point or another, I don't remember. And it seemed like that event really did shake him.
We were just going for a walk.
A walk at 9 p.m.
Take a little swim. Little night swim.
And Nancy, was she with you at this night swim? No.
Yes.
Wow.
Have you had any contact with Eddie?
That psycho freak killer?
Nope.
No, we haven't heard from
Absolutely
him in
not.
ages.
We barely know the guy. Who?
Oh, that's a bunch of bull.
Erica! You first.
Wait, what? Why me?
Follow me.
I'm not even in the Hellfire Club.
Do I need to cuff you? Chop, chop. Let's go.
Now they won't be able to get any of their stories straight.
Okay. That was close.
Yeah. Too close.
Yeah, Steve's gonna kind of bleed out over here.
Wait, watch out for the vines. It's all a hive mind.
All the creepy crawlies around here, dude. They're like one or something. You step on a vine, you're stepping on a bat, you're stepping on Vecna.
I have guns in my bedroom.
You, Nancy Wheeler, have guns, plural, in your bedroom?
A Russian Makarov and a revolver.
Yeah, you almost shot me with that one.
You almost deserved it.
You two stop eye fucking each other until you resolve the Jonathan thing. Speaking of the creatures of the Upside Down, we gonna have that cage match with the Demogorgon yet? Ain't no breaking Hopper out if he doesn't defeat that thing.
Last time I was with Elle, she wanted just about nothing to do with me. I think back to the way I was with my dad at that age. I was the same way.
I think it must be hardwired into us to reject our fathers.
So we can grow, move on, become something of our own. I hope that's what she's doing. Coming into her own.
To worry for our sons and daughters. That is natural, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe I can still help Elle, even if it's the last thing I do.
Hopper's like whole thing about fathers and teenagers and stuff like that, that hit way too close to home. Oh, great. They're here just in time, I guess, for things to get a little crazy. He's doing a very good Yuri impression. It's a good thing Murray speaks Russian, man. And no matter what real Yuri would be saying or screaming in the back, he'd just sound like a screaming, whining prisoner.
Perhaps someone else can help fill in the gaps.
I'm trying my best not to just do any jumping jacks to make things work, but it's the same symptoms as described by Vecna's users, or victims rather, from the charts that Max and them found in the counselor's office.
Mr. 11 suffered a concussion. She claims to not have a memory of what happened, but injuries of this nature don't simply happen.
Okay, never mind. Maybe not.
Someone in this room. Now, who's going to tell me what happened?
She must have fallen.
Wow. Great poker face, dipshit.
Collar him.
Oh.
What happened?
It was an accident.
Oh my god. Brender was still fucking bad at that too, I guess. But he's also protective of his own. I don't know. I think that's a little more cruel, but I don't know. It's not exactly the same. It doesn't feel exactly the same thing to me, like with 11 attacking her bully back at the roller rink. This feels a little more malicious to me.
Henderson told me you were a badass. Insisted on the matter, in fact.
Wait, Henderson said that?
Oh yeah, shit. Kid worships you, dude. Like,
Oh.
it's kind of annoying, to be honest. I don't even know why I care what that little shrimp thinks, but
Oh, they're bonding over Dustin, man.
Steve Harrington is actually a good dude. Rich parents, popular, chicks love him. Not a douche? No way, man. No way.
He was a douche.
Here we go again.
Okay, second on my list of least favorite things, earthquakes. Seriously, I'm unsteady enough as it is.
Earthquake or something big moving?
As far as we know, nobody did anything wrong.
But what if they did do something wrong?
What is she carrying around?
You don't think they went through?
Through Watergate? Without us? Without a plan? Without weapons? They wouldn't be that stupid.
Well...
Which is why Vecna's killing people. What's his motive? Killing teens? It always just seemed too random. Too prosaic.
Do they have, like, the psychic gene? And he's fueling himself off of that?
He's making a powerful psychic connection with his victims. A connection powerful enough to rip a hole in the fabric of time and space.
He's opening more gates.
Bingo.
God damn it, man. These kids are so smart.
Who do we know that wants to take over the world? The Mind Flayer. So if the Demogorgon was just his foot soldier, Vecna's his 5-star general with the power to open gates.
This is all speculations, but most of the time, they aren't far off from things. So the Mind Flayer is, as we've known all this time, the ultimate entity of the Upside Down, the living manifest of the will of the Upside Down. So they're implying at least that, or well, they said explicitly that they believe Vecna might be his general, like an upper level, not quite Mind Flayer, but definitely above Demogorgon. I don't know if it's just that simple though. Maybe it is. Yeah, they can hear echoes here.
I don't understand.
Maybe you left them somewhere else.
There's a 6-year-old in the house. I know where I keep my guns. And also, I threw these away years ago.
They're out of sync with time? Wait, isn't that the cards that when her and Jonathan were studying?
You said he wanted to help.
Oh no. Sorry, not Jonathan.
I think the reason that my guns aren't here is because they don't exist yet.
What the fuck?
Diary should be full of entries. It's not. The last entry is November 6, 1983. The day Will went missing. The day the gate opened.
Maybe
we're in the past.
Maybe this might answer a question I've been having. Maybe until there was actually a gate between the two, this was just a barren wasteland.
Hello!
He's just
He does have rabies.
screaming, trying to get them to hear him.
Dustin, can you hear me?
How and why is there a gate at Lover's Lake? Let's analyze.
So maybe there was nothing there. There was no contact with the human world. If that's the case, then my theory is just out the window with Vecna. So maybe all of this took form when the initial punch was made by 11.
Will, he found a way to speak to Joyce through the lights.
Is that? Well, no, those didn't happen the same night. So never mind. I don't know.
You seeing this?
What the hell? Oh, are we going to see how Will communicated?
To open a tear in time and space, just like...
Yes. Interesting.
Remember when I said they wouldn't be stupid enough to go through Watergate?
Yeah. I overestimated them.
Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, just trying to piece this shit together, man. It says the day Will disappeared, which is the same day Elle busted out, but I don't think that was the same day the hole got punched. Or was it? I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. He is going a little big and overboard with it, though. but it's working out so far. Oh, wow. They're gonna watch it happen. Oh, man. Oh, eat shit.
Are you open for something a little more challenging?
Well, that's an interesting set.
He and the others are going to attempt to kill you right here in this room. And Papa will allow it to happen. In fact, he wants it to happen.
Now that I don't believe.
It is time you are free from this hell.
I don't trust this guy, dude. He is such the Lucifer type. The whispering in your ears, the trickery. I think he's moving her like a chess piece this entire time. But for what reason?
Okay, try it now.
Ooh.
You can't get back through Watergate?
What the hell's Watergate?
Because it's in water and it's a gate.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh.
See, she gets it. Her and Dustin are like on this wavelength, man. I love it. Guarded.
Nancy? I know your house here is like weirdly, creepily frozen in time and shit, but haven't you always had bikes?
Bicycle trip through the upside down.
She stuck to her guns.
Honestly, shouldn't have gone with her first. She's like, kind of mean.
Excuse me! No, get back here!
I guess it's just a minor misdemeanor.
Yes. And we're going to transition to the other group on their bikes. Boom! I love that shit, man. I still think it's a little odd that we haven't seen the Mind Flayer like in the background or anything like that. Oh no. The alarm's been sounded. Okay, here we are. The day of the coup. We pray to the many-faced God, but what about one with no face?
Это шутка. Это не шутка. Я же сказал. The Americans are very tricky. Come on. Tell me.
Oh. Oh. Goddamn. Jesus. Yes. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's literally just down to Hopper and Jockin now. Antonov.
I gotta hand it to you, commies. You're committed.
I can't believe he's getting all of this, man. Dude, the Demogorgons are wild. I love it. They're my favorite creature of this whole thing, man. This world that they've created. Oh, the Mind Flayer's kind of cool too, though, but... Oh, yes! That was wild, man. Joyce and Murray. Oh, be on the other side of that door, man. At least while the guards are going to be pretty distracted, get riling, like, ringing that thing back in, or they're going to get slaughtered.
I think there's something in there.
Dustin? Yes. God, I fucking love this show, man. He said that weakens him. That probably keeps him from accessing his powers.
Take him.
Yep. Dude.
I don't know what those stains are.
Not quite sure how these physics are gonna work.
I was about to ask that question. How the fuck is it gonna work? Oh, yeah. Yoop.
There we go.
That's weird as fuck. Hell yeah.
All right, let's clear the landing pad.
That's gotta be so trippy.
All right, I guess I'll go.
This better not end with one of those two being trapped in here. What the hell? The fuck just happened? It's the pool. Oh no.
Stay with me, Nancy. Hey! Nancy, wake up! Wake up, Nancy!
We need her favorite song. We need her favorite song now. Anybody. Sing. I don't care. Do something. She's gonna see Barb. Guest appearance from Barb.
When I kill someone, I never forget.
Oh, wow. She hadn't had any visions up to this point. This is an escalation in his powers. He went straight to the possession. Why is one killing all of the other kids, though? Because it's not just the bullies that were fucking with 11. He cleared house. Why? And he's mangling them like he did the MO. It matches. I just don't get the timeline. Does she run in just when he pops the last few and that's how the blood gets all over her? A body hasn't been flung through that mirror yet. The mirror was broken in what we've seen. They're all their eyes are popped out. Nancy's the final girl in Nightmare on Elm Street.
The most important of all predators. They immobilize and feed on the weak, bringing balance and order to an unstable ecosystem.
What the fuck?
I could restore balance to a broken world. A predator, but for good. With each life I took, I grew stronger. They were becoming a part of me. But I was still a child. I did not yet know my limits, and it nearly killed me.
Wow, I was not 100%, but pretty fucking spot on, dude. Holy shit.
But I was far from free. I woke woke up from my coma only to find myself placed in the care of a doctor, the very doctor I had hoped to escape.
Now I just need to figure out how he got to the Upside Down. That's the one piece I don't quite understand.
The truth, 11? The truth is just the opposite.
This is wild, man. This soundtrack, the score.
Join me.
What if their battle tears open a hole and he gets lost on the other side of it, which weakens the lab enough for when she touches the Demogorgon to break a gate? Oh God. I knew she couldn't have done this on her own. Dude. Come on.
He had found his strength in a memory from his past.
You fucked up, dude. Oh. Ooh. Oh, okay. And that's how she got all the blood all over her.
It wasn't supposed to end like this.
What the hell? What the fuck? Oh, is she pulling like deep memories? Yo! Yo! I shall banish you to the Shadow Realm. Whoa! That's what she did to the Demogorgon! And that's how he ended up on the other side. But that's not the gate, though. Is it? Or does this seal right back up? We know there's a crack. This one, it's got to seal back up. Maybe that... Wait. So maybe when she touches the Demogorgon later, that breaks this rift back open. Whoa. Holy shit. The Upside Down was a blank slate prior to the gate opening. You better not end without us getting Nancy. Fuck you. God. Fuck. I was right. Holy shit, man. I'm fucking blown away. Oh, the only thing I'm not 100% on is if that was actually the first breach to the Upside Down and we saw him falling through it, getting blasted by the lightning, the energy that's always just blasting in the skies, and it was just caverns, mountains on either side, like this catacomb. And from what Nancy saw in her journal, it hadn't updated since the day Will disappeared. Was the last update there. So are those houses and those projects and the constructions of mankind still in there? Or was that copy created when there was an open, contiguous gate created between the two worlds? Or was it created and mirrored the moment one of their own entities, the Demogorgon, touched base on our side? Because it was the day Will disappeared, which was when 11 made contact and the Demogorgon followed her, and that's when it ran into Will. So is that when the day the gate was punched and one of the Mind Flayer's soldiers touched base in our world, did it make like a flash image of our landscape? That's why we're not there, and it's just these residual energies connecting the space between the realities, and why we can communicate via light and all of that, because that's energy, and energy transmits and can't be dissipated or destroyed. It exists. I don't know. It's fascinating. And I'm just speculating off the wall because this is just a lot to take in, man. This is a lot to absorb in this long ass episode. There's a bunch of moments where I was like, do not end, do not end, do not end. And I was like, the way they were setting up, it was just too much of a happy end with still like 20 some minutes of the episode left for them to crawl out of Eddie's ceiling. I thought with everything going on, it was going to be Steve, but I guess I shouldn't have thought that because he had already went in here on his own, had gotten chomped up by these bats and stuff like that. I should have just guessed that it might have been Nancy, because I mean, they're kind of setting that up, and thematically it didn't click until in the reaction when I was like, oh shit, Nancy was the final girl in Nightmare on Elm Street. We had Robert Englund in this. We have a dream walker in this who's manipulating people and killing them from an outside of reality. And there she is in the house. It's just like Nightmare on Elm Street, man. Oh, with her being trapped in the house and the haunted house of horrors, and then getting the whole backstory on little Krill. Did we get his name? Did we ever get his birth name? Victor Krill's son. I don't recall hearing any of their actual names. So one, Vecna, whatever. I was right on so many counts. It's exciting, man. I'm quite proud. There's some gaps and some holes in it, but I feel like I progressed along the way. They threw me off their scent quite a few times, had me second guess myself, but in the end, I was sniffing up all the right trees, man. I'm gonna pat myself on the back later. But man, that guy was great in that performance. Their battle, the way he manipulated everything, it was very calculated. It was very removed. It was apt. And it makes sense as to why he was reaching out to her. Obviously, being the weakest of the group as well, feeling alienated even within the group, she was the easiest target for him to prey upon. Give her a friend, give her advice, and he could manipulate her, move her like a chess piece on the board, like he was telling her Brenner was trying to do this whole time. And then she took the fall for the entire thing because he was gone and just her was there in a mess of bodies, and her mind repressed it all, and she tucked it away. And I'm wondering how that's going to change face once this all comes to light. If it does, if she carries it out of this, and now having all that unlocked, I'm sure she'll have her powers back. But will she be able to interject before anything happens to Nancy? Or I feel like we might. I would be shocked if we don't close this season out with a main cast fatality. And I feel like they're setting that up to be Nancy. But I feel like if that was the case, I feel like they would have done it before the break. I was expecting us to end this episode and fade to black just as she got pretzeled in the sky. And I was preparing myself mentally for it. Like I was almost starting to well up, starting to think about it. But it just kept going and kept going and kept going. And as he was like praising her for figuring out so much, he just kind of, when he got blasted in the Upside Down, I guess became one with it. Dustin has speculated that the Demogorgon, the Demogodogs are all foot soldiers of the Mind Flayer, which is the permeated culmination of the hive mind of this world. But what if it's a manifestation of him? Does he, because we didn't see anything in there. Like it was a very primordial space when he entered it. What I'm wondering is which came first, the Mind Flayer? Because he was like, well, the Mind Flayer is the big bad, and this is like his general. So what if it was the other way around? What if everything we've been facing has been like the psychic manifestation of him as he's controlling everything from his home roots? Like we see him connected to the roots, connected to the Upside Down, connected to the vines. I don't know if that would make sense or not. One of the reasons why I was begging the question, like we see the bats and all that stuff floating around. He's got his army of bats. We didn't, I don't, other than the time we went in season 1 with Nancy and them went into the Upside Down chasing after the Demogorgon, we haven't really seen any Demogorgons on the inside of the Upside Down. And if the Mind Flayer was still involved, which as far as I recall is, yes, it is still alive. We just destroyed its avatar in our world and cut off that connection. So it's still in there. What I was almost expecting to happen was for it to be revealed that they are opposing forces. that maybe there's like an internal struggle between the Mind Flayer, which is maybe the natural existence of the life born within the Upside Down, while this foreign object, Vecna, is from our world. Because I kind of speculated, since they ever acknowledged that this is a dark wizard, then it's got to be either, I speculated one of two things. It's either going to be like the Upside Down's version of L, like their counterpart for the psychic entities being born on our world, just like the mirror reflection of one another. Or it was one of these kids, or the culmination of their consciousness, or one of these kids somehow got trapped over there and it permeated into this thing. My initial theory was that it was like the culmination of all the dead kids that L had like sacrificed. But then we learned as we got more information, I think by episode 3, I was on the Victor Krill train for it originating there, but I didn't really know the connection just yet until just a few episodes ago when I was like, oh, it clicks. Damn, man. They really wrote this one really well, as far as parsing out the lore, the mythos, and weaving these narratives together. But they didn't do it in a way, what I do respect about it, they do it in a way where there's enough information parsed out through it that you can put it together for yourself. A lot of shows don't do that most of the time. A lot of times they'll be like, aha, here's the twist. The reveal is the characters just kind of put it together through some magic gymnastics in their mind. But the show does a really good job at making it to where the audience could kind of follow along. I really got to commend them for that as well. So we got Mike and them are going to be joining up, more than likely going to be heading out to the base to get L. Simultaneously, while that military dude finally got the location out of the one guy who's been torturing this entire time, they'll likely converge there, and we'll see what the fuck happens. Hopefully Elle's got her powers now, since everything's cleared out of her mind, and now she's also free of that guilt because she didn't actually do anything. And the final 2 episodes, I think, are like roughly, from what I remember reading or hearing about, they're longer than even this episode. I think the final episode's like 2.5 hours is what I think somebody had said. And that's crazy, man. And I'm really looking forward to it. I think we got to have some fucking epic battle between the Upside Down and this. And we still have to bring it into the final season. So I really do feel like we're building up. It was like they talked about, like kind of like what Owens was hinting at, was that we're waiting on a war to be waged between our world and the Upside Down. And it just makes me wonder if maybe, coming back to what I said, maybe if the Mind Flayer is the originating manifestation of the Upside Down itself, its forces, its reality, maybe it's using Vecna as a way to open these portals while also helping him. It's kind of like a mutual thing, because by doing this, he's doing exactly what he explained to Eleven doing. He's trying to restore some natural order to the world that humans have taken away from things by trying to control everything. But in a way, he's going to just lay waste to it. Because I've also speculated that if like it follows D&D lore and stuff like that with the Mind Flayers, they are extra-dimensional beings that will invade another world and sap it of its life and resources, take it over, add it to itself, and move on. And I was wondering if the Upside Down was a plane where that had already happened. But there's evidence so far right now that that's probably not the case, that this was like a blank world that maybe existed in just the slip space between universes, realities, or just another plane of existence all to itself. And once that door was opened, it became a mirror. So that I really feel like I love what they're doing with the Upside Down, because slowly they're adding more to it. And I'm sure maybe by the end of the show, we might have a fuller, more detailed understanding of its origin, its functionality, and maybe even its hierarchy, because right now I feel like that's even being challenged with Vecna in this thing, because I don't think it's as clean cut as what Dustin says, even though most of the time Dustin has been pretty spot on. I feel like there's something different going on here right now this time around. But Hopper, Joyce, Murray, they're all on the run, while a Demogorgon, they've been reunited after that Demogorgon battle. And Murray and them breaking in, him busting out his black belt karate on these people and just getting them out of there with his devilish espionage skills. So we'll see where that whole thing goes. That was wild. While it was slapsticky, while it was silly, I can kind of buy it happening with the way they've set up all these characters and their individual skill sets to play out the way it did. Especially given that there's this creature from another world loose in their prison now. So once they got the warden out of the way, everybody else is going to be distracted, making sure that thing's not going to go loose and murder all of them. So I expect they'll probably be able to get back and hopefully get back to town and just see how everything has gone to shit. This is insane, dude. This is insane. And I'm kind of pissed off. I have to wait until July for the last 2 episodes because I really, especially with Nancy being trapped in this thing's domain, because it's that moment breaks the rules of what we've seen. Now, he has said with every kill, he gets stronger. So maybe with every kill, they mentioned that, actually. They mentioned that earlier in the episode, in the season. Chrissy was 7 days after her first attack. Fred's was 6 days after the first vision. Max was 5 days after the first vision. So it's counting down with every kill. So maybe he was able this time around to just Nancy without having any prior visions. It could have also been because she was in the upside down, so he's not reaching into another world, so he's got a stronger lock on the minds in there. But then why target Nancy specifically? Don't know. Probably because he knows she's the one that's been snooping around figuring everything out. She's right now, I think, the threat. The lowest lane of the group, as I've been saying, because she has a keen mind for reporting and figuring things out. And also, like I said, the theme of this one is very much inspired by Nightmare on Elm Street, and took me last minute to actually connect that. And it took me a while to remember, because a while I was like, for a hot minute, I kept wanting to say Sydney. I was like, that's Scream. I was like, what was her name again? And it was like, Nancy. And at that moment, I was like, fuck. Goddamn, no. I'm still a little irked that they're doing this thing with Steve again. Just because things are a little rocky with her and Jonathan over the distance and all of that. Maybe that was just to kind of bring us full circle with season 1 if we're going to axe off Nancy. Which would be horrific. Damn, man. The journal has not been updated since. Nothing in the Upside Down is updated since Will's attack. That's why certain structures are missing. Certain items are not there. No people are there. It's just maybe all the things that the Flayer has been able to scout. It maps out there so it can pinpoint it on the other side. There's gotta be a method to the madness. I might be going way too deep into this at the moment. It's 5:51 in the morning right now. And I'm just like wired trying to figure this out. I'm going to be pondering this for a hot minute. And again, I'll reiterate this. If you missed the beginning of the video, I doubt anybody's actually stuck around for this point, but this is 5:29. This is still the weekend of the release, even though you guys are going to be seeing this days later. Mark my words. I did this on my own. Oh, fuck. I muted everything about this show, man. Trying to avoid it. And you guys know I didn't watch any of the trailers. I didn't watch those 8 minutes. I went into this raw, man. On my honor as a reactor. Anyway, man, this is wild. I'm sure there's something I forgot to touch on in this, but I really need to get some sleep. I gotta edit these videos tomorrow and try to keep on pace. But we're finished. The watching is done. Now the hard part is where we get in here, is chopping these things down for the YouTubes. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and say our piece, guys. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. I want to know your thoughts, your theories, your speculations, your fears of what is going to happen when we return July 1st for Volume 2. Feel free to join our Discord. We could talk about it there as well. Links to that and all my socials are down in the description. Remember, if you want to see the full-length unedited reactions to this entire episode, you can check that out in watch-along format over on my Patreon, or if becoming a member of the channel gets you access as well. And speaking of, before we go, guys, I want to shout out our channel legends. Mandy Sher, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, Yori Koriskov, Margaret Grace, Mary Bradley, Melita, and Robert Aguiano. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. And everybody who's been supporting this channel and has got us this far, it's you guys that make this fun. It's you guys that make this rewarding. It's you guys that just keep the blood pumping through this when I'm just sleepless, tired, and just pushing out these videos, man. I love you guys. You're the lifeblood of this channel, man. For real. I know everybody wants to say that, but it's the truth. It's the truth of the matter. Anyway, guys, that's it for this one. We'll have other reactions, non-Stranger Things related, coming soon. So I hope you enjoy. If you enjoy this, they might not be as exciting because this show has been something else for me. It's been an experience that's been very different from a lot of my other reactions just because of how into this I have got. I think I'm going to have to rewrite my top 10 shows of all time by the time this is over. We'll be seeing. We'll see. But guys, that's it for now. I'm going to turn over, go to bed, but I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.